This man, Bad Bunny, is quite literally about to break the internet with this brand new Super Bowl halftime performance he's about to do in 2026. Now, for those of you guys that have been living under a rock or just haven't been on social media, in the past 24 hours, we have just gotten an official announcement by the NFL and Apple Music that Bad Bunny is now going to be the official headliner and performer for the halftime show in 2026. And with him being announced to be the halftime show performer, it got a lot of hate like how every other halftime show performer does, but this time around it really does seem like Bad Bunny is about to break the internet, and these are levels of controversy we've never seen before. With Bad Bunny being objectively one of the biggest global artists to be in the world right now, you would think that there wouldn't be that much hate for him to perform at the halftime show, just like if another artist did it, like Rihanna, Adele, Drake, and etc. But the reason why that people are hating on him for this performance is a lot deeper than you think. One of the main reasons as to why there is so much hate and anger towards Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl in 2026 is mainly due to the fact that he is a Spanish artist. For the people that don't know what I'm talking about or don't even know who Bad Bunny is, he's essentially a global and huge pop artist that makes Spanish music, with his origin and lineage being from Puerto Rico. And he's responsible for some of the biggest hits we've ever seen in the Latin and Spanish community, like Mia featuring Drake, Booker T, and those type of other songs you've probably heard before. So with that being said, Bad Bunny's music is strictly Spanish, with him a few times here and there dropping a few English lines, but nonetheless though, his music is really for the Latin audience, and that is basically one of the biggest reasons as to why so many people are hating on him for this performance, because they just don't think that he should be performing at the Super Bowl, which is an American sport and a huge American event, for him not to even perform any type of English music. And to no one's surprise, the main people that are actually angry about this are coming from Twitter and are specifically Trump fans, with them basically just saying that this doesn't make any sense and that the Super Bowl should have had an American artist performing, since those are the people that are going to be watching it, and there's basically quote unquote no space and no exception for any other artist that performs any other type of language music to be performing. And for those exact people that are hating on Bad Bunny for performing at the Super Bowl with him being a Spanish artist, you then have Bad Bunny hardcore fans that are going at these haters, with them saying that this is actually a huge opportunity for the Super Bowl to grow and to have a bigger audience globally, because when you have a huge Latin artist like Bad Bunny that has fans from all around the world, it's only going to give the NFL more attention. And now it doesn't stop there with all the criticisms of Bad Bunny, because another major reason as to why so many people are hating on this idea of him performing at the Super Bowl in 2026 is because a few months ago, if you guys don't remember, Bad Bunny during the entire Trump and Kamala Harris election run made a statement of him saying that he wasn't going to be performing in the United States due to all of the controversies that was happening of ICE and how ICE agents were kidnapping people and just, arresting them. And Bad Bunny specifically said that he was never going to perform in the USA. So now with him performing in one of the biggest USA events, which is the Super Bowl, a lot of these people, which I already mentioned, that are on Twitter and that are Trump fans, are basically saying that Bad Bunny is a massive hypocrite for this. Just how is one of the biggest artists in the world going to say that they're not going to perform in the United States of America due to ICE, but then a few months later only change that opinion to then perform in the Super Bowl, which is the biggest concert you can really think of? And how does this make Bad Bunny look? How does this make his community look if he's basically essentially going back on what he said and the people that really believed him and supported him for that idea? Just when you think that the hate stops, it doesn't, because another massive criticism that people have for this upcoming Super Bowl halftime show that Bad Bunny is about to do is the fact that Bad Bunny is most likely going to be bringing politics into this halftime performance, which people are just overall tired of. Obviously, Kendrick Lamar did the Super Bowl halftime show last year, and in my opinion, I thought it was excellent. Was just the way he was able to choreograph certain stuff, make certain sets look, the fact that he was performing his classics from albums like Good Kid, Mad City to Pimp a Butterfly, GNX, and just so forward. I could really talk about how good that Super Bowl halftime show performance was all day, but a lot of people are thinking and expecting Bad Bunny to make this upcoming halftime show performance political, and they're tired of that, because to a certain extent they also feel that Kendrick Lamar's performance last year was also politically fueled, which I could understand as to why, because there was some messages about America that were in there. Now, as to if it's okay to be upset that the halftime show performance was politically fueled, I'm not going to answer that, because I feel like everybody has their own type of thoughts and views. And obviously Kendrick Lamar is an artist where that's kind of his thing. You know what I mean? He is an artistic artist. He doesn't just perform. He usually leaves the message. So in my opinion, I thought it was okay for Kendrick Lamar to do that. And I mean, for you to expect that Kendrick Lamar wasn't going to do that is kind of dumb on you. But you do have people that didn't really like that Kendrick Lamar did that last year. And for Bad Bunny most likely to do it this upcoming year, it just gets people overall mad. But that being said, I don't really know where a lot of people are getting this type of information, rumors, or leaks that Bad Bunny is going to have a politically charged type of halftime performance. The only reason why I'm bringing that up is because I see a lot of people talking about it, and the only justification of them saying this is because of the ICE comments that Bad Bunny made a few months ago. So people just believe that for him to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, it's going to be politically fueled, because if he said he's not going to perform in the USA, if he does end up performing in the USA, it's going to have some sort of message. Now, as of right now, we don't know about that, but a lot of people think that, and with them thinking that, they just hate that the Super Bowl just continues to be more and more politicized, and more political type of messages are in it, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's a football game, and they just don't want that. I would say though, if we end up seeing Bad Bunny do something politically fueled at this halftime show performance, I do understand as to why some people might just not like it, because they just want to watch football. But I do think that we should give Bad Bunny a chance, and I do think that if he wants to do something politically charged where it's going to have some sort of symbolism and message, I do really think that Bad Bunny is going to pull it off, because he's not a lazy artist. He's not a dumb artist. I think he's a very creative guy. I think he has interesting visuals. I mean, a lot of the music videos he's been dropping now throughout the years have always been cool and creative. And we also can't forget the fact that at one point in time, this man was a WWE superstar. Like, we got to give this man respect. But I feel like I'm yapping at this point, but what do you guys think about this entire situation? It has just been confirmed by the NFL, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Apple Music that Bad Bunny is going to be performing at the Super Bowl next year in 2026. There are a lot of reasons as to why people are hating on this, and then there are a lot of reasons as to why people are excited for this. What do you guys think about this? In my opinion, I think this is going to be very interesting. I don't think we've seen a Spanish artist perform at the Super Bowl in a very long time. I feel like the last time I could think of an artist performing at the Super Bowl that was Spanish was Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. So I do think that Bad Bunny is going to be a very interesting pick, and I think he's not going to let us down. But do you guys agree with some of the critiques that people are having for this upcoming halftime show performance, or do you guys think that it's all bullshit and it's stupid? Let me know. Make sure you guys like the video, comment, like, hype it, and peace.